Welcome to Nintendo Ninja News. I'm your host Chris Tyses, and we have news on Monster Hunter X, one of the new games that is coming out for Japan on November the 28th. A demo will be released on November the 19th in Japan only. This game is only coming out in Japan for the time being. Some of the pretty awesome features are your companion cat will be playable, which is very interesting. 14 new weapons. There is a system called Premium Tickets, which will allow you to fight monsters, and you get these tickets via street passes or by Y Academy points by hunting. So, seems like they want you to interact with different people on a local level, playing together, all that sort of thing. Some other games do that sort of system too with the street passes, which is a very nice way of doing things. Maybe a little better than Monster Hunter 4, and that sort of thing. We have a little bit of information on the weapon types. Each of these weapon types now has a hunting style, which is a little bit different. One is the guild style, which is the standard play that we all know and enjoy. The next one is the aerial style, which is the new air attacks that you can use on monsters and that at the cost of some ground moves. The Bushido style, which is evading moves that performs a leap of great distance, which is one of the other hunting styles. And the last one is the striker style, which is alternative combos and doing more charged to speed, a bit more of a faster one, which might be something I'll be interested in. And the four flagship monsters are nicknamed the Elite Four by one of the people making the game, which is interesting. And it was a fairly lengthy presentation of 90 minutes. They showed some commercials off for it for Japan. They showed off lots of gameplay and really interesting different moves and monsters and that. So it seems like they've put a lot of content into this game, which I think Monster Hunter fans will enjoy and like. Now, I think this will sell gangbusters again in Japan. I don't think it's going to be any much of a problem. I think it may play a little differently to the average Monster Hunter game. Maybe a couple of little tweaks here and there, but it's interesting how Capcom is sort of expanding the Monster Hunter world with all these different games that they are releasing for the franchise, and I think it's a good move. I think it's good thinking for them. Now, I guess the big question is when is this going to be released in the West, if it is, and I think it will. Um, Monster Hunter 4 sold very well and sold into the millions. I think it sold multiple millions. I don't actually have the exact figure, but I think it probably warrants another West release of a Monster Hunter game, assuming that they've released ones before. Now, looking based on the past, the localization of each game has taken about a year to 2 years for it to happen now. My tip is the game will possibly come out in the second half of 2016. I don't think you'll be seeing a quick release of this unless they completely surprise us and do a really big push to get this game out early next year. Do note that Monster Hunter 4 is not even a year old, so there's still people who are buying it, who are still into it, still playing all those missions and that. And I'm sure the hardcore fans of the game has probably mostly completed a lot of the things that they like to do with it. Um, the bad news that I feel like is that it could be pushed out to 2017. Looking at the average of how long it takes to get to the West is a fair point. So this could be quite a while. But seeing that they're doing multiple Monster Hunter games, it does feel like that they might try to push this thing out earlier. But there's also the fear of releasing too many Monster Hunter games, um, and sort of damaging the sales there in that respect. it's not as strong as Pokemon is in terms of they can release a remake and still make 8 million, 9 million worldwide. But I think they would like to turn Monster Hunter into a franchise like that where they can sell many copies. So I guess my tip is the second half of 2016, if they want to get this thing out or not for the West. But who knows what it will be and when it will be. Um, Tell us when you think this Monster Hunter X will be released, and fingers crossed we can have a look at this game and see how good it is in English. Would be much nice. So that's it from me. And like, subscribe, and comment on this. And I shall see you later on soon.